First of all, welcome to our channel. If you guys not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel so that you will not miss any update. So guys, in previous video we have discussed about what is SQL. Now today's agenda. What are the data types in SQL? Let's see. What are the data types in SQL? SQL data types are various data types in SQL like binary data type, numeric data type, exact numeric data type, string data type, date and time data type, miscellaneous data type. What is miscellaneous? Miscellaneous data type, we will discuss it in upcoming chapters. Like what is binary data type? What is numeric data type? What is exact numeric data type? We are going to discuss it in next upcoming slides. So let's see what is binary data type. In SQL binary data type are used to store any kind of binary data type like images, word files, text files, etc. Sometimes we have to store like word files or we have to store pictures in database. So we have to use binary data type to store such type of objects or system of old files or text files or images. So in that data type we have to use binary data type. It has some fixed length, maximum length of 8,000 bytes. Where binary, maximum length of 8,000 bytes. It's variable length. We can change it, like we can decrease it. If our image uses only 20 bytes, then we are how to do 20 bytes. Okay? But we can't increase the it um, in 8,000 bytes. Where binary maximum length of 231 bytes, variable length, like that. Image also has some range in bytes. This one is a range of image data type. Now next data type is exact numeric data type. In exact numeric data types we are going to store numbers. Sometimes we have to store like a mobile number. Sometimes we have to store pin codes, like that. If you want to store in a column, so that column data type should be numeric. Like data type is big int. If our data type is big int, then it can store from this range to this range. Int data type can store from this range to this range. Small int data type can store from this range to this range. Like that, we can use these data types so that we can store data. What what is in our need of data, like that we have to use data types. Okay. Now next data types, approximate numeric data type. These represents real numbers, but they are not represented as exact numbers in the database. Sometimes we have to use fractional numbers, so that time we have to use these data types like float. If you studied any programming language, then you will know, you should know what is float and what is real. Like so, it is storing fractional numbers like that. 1.79 after digit after the decimal point it has some 7 two digits. So if we want to such type of numbers to store, then we have to use float data type. Now next data type, it's character string data type. Store string of letters, numbers, symbols. Data types character and character varying var character are collectively referred to as the character string types. And the values of character string types are known as character strings. Character data can be stored as fixed length or variable length. Character data stored as fixed length or variable length. Means we can change it or we can fix it. Like character data type can store letters, numbers, symbols. But in programming language we can store only characters. We can't store if we study the Java, then in that if you our data type is character, then we have to use only characters like letters. In that we cannot store numbers. right? Or symbols. If you want to store, then we have to use uh, number string. In that we can store all the types, like symbols we can store, letters we can store, numbers we can store, but we have to use strings. If you use character data type, then we use only letters. But in SQL, we can store both letters, numbers, symbols in character strings. Now, the data types are character, maximum length of 8,000 characters. It's fixed length. If our character has only 20 character size, then above the 20 byte size, all the characters are all the length is in blank. Yes, you can understand it later. Varchar, maximum length of 8,000 characters. Variable length it is. If you want to store only 20 characters, then we can store it in. We have to use size only 20. Like that it is. Uh, like that it is fixed variable. But it text file. Maximum length is this one. You can store in between, right? Now, next data type is character string data type, but in that it is different than earlier data type. Like it can store Unicode database, like any MVCS database where character string data measured in number of bytes. It is measured in number of bytes when working with character string data. So such type of data we have to use like data types like nchar, maximum length of 4,000 characters, fixed length it is. It is like a character. Earlier we have used a character. Like that in his type of data we have to use ncap so that and store such type of data. Nvarchar. In nvarchar maximum length of 4,000 characters. Nvarchar it is variable. It is varchar like it is like a varchar, but in varchar we use Unicode byte measured in number of bytes. Data is measured in number of bytes. That like that you can call it Unicode data. Okay. Now in NVRCar max, maximum length of 231 characters, variable length it is. Okay. Now next data type is date and time data. Date and time data type. It is very useful. Huh? If you want to use uh, if you want to store a date on that particular day, then you have to go to the such type of data types. If you don't go to such type of database, you can't store it. Okay. So data type you have to use date time. This is stored from this range to this range. This one range. Okay. Small date type. It also has some date types, huh? Like that small date type. Small date time you just from this range to this range. Date also date if you want to store particular date in format. So you have to go only date type, like that. If you want to store particular time of that day, then you have to go this type of data only time. In upcoming sessions, we will discuss in brief. We are going to work on it, and we have to do some. We have to store some date also in upcoming videos. Till wait and watch. Now, miscellaneous data types. In SQL, we have different data types that will not come under string data types, binary data types, date and time, and numeric data types. Those will be called miscellaneous or other data types. Sometimes we have one data, such data is not coming under any data types. We have to it's other data types other than earlier data types. Then we have to go to miscellaneous data type so that we can store it. Okay? Now next is SQL operators. We are going to uh, study in tomorrow's session. And now uh, I know you are good with data types. Now from tomorrow we are going to use it. You can see it again if you're not understanding understood it. So please like and subscribe to our channel so that you will not miss any upcoming videos, because I'm going to cover all the topics about SQL like that only. So, thank you for coming.